So we are super excited. The Utica Children's Museum opened to the public officially on May 1st. That's after a 5-year hiatus. We closed our doors during COVID in 2020 to start reimagining the new museum. And we are located here at the Family Resource Center at ICAN's Family Resource Center on the Parkway. And this whole building has been renovated to house both the Family Resource Center and the Children's Museum with an addition of our rotunda. So in that amount of time, we completely renovated the whole building. We developed and designed the museum with international museum designers. They design children's museums all over the world. And this has been reimagined and fabricated specifically for us. Every single piece in here is custom. Along with our museum designers, we also then had to fabricate each piece of the museum. And as I said, each piece is custom. So what happens is the design team comes here, they got to meet our team, they got to explore our region, which is really important. One of our themes here is love where you live. So you can see little nods to the Mohawk Valley all throughout the museum. We have 6 galleries in total and over 60 interactive exhibits for kids and their families to interact with. And that's the key part, right? They're interactive. They've all been designed with New York State education standards in mind, which I think is also really important because not only are kids playing, they're learning through play. And that's the end goal, that they walk away here, they've had a really fun time, and they've also learned something in a safe and comfortable environment that's all completely brand new and designed just for us here at the Utica Children's Museum. Already we have over 350 members here at the Children's Museum. On our opening weekend, Thursday through Sunday, we welcome 975 visitors through the door. So we are super proud, and I couldn't be more proud to be leading this organization. We have new staff, we have a new building, we have new exhibits, so it's really like starting from scratch in a way. However, we have this wonderful and fantastic 60-plus year history, of course, going back to our old museum down on Main Street. But well before that, the museum has been operational, an institution in our city, and we're so proud to preserve it and proud to welcome our families into our new museum. So in our 6 galleries, each of them has a theme. So in our Build It Up gallery, we're exposing kids to the trades. We have electrical, we have plumbing, we have building, we have design challenges. Here where I'm standing in our World Market, it's a fantastic nod to all the diverse cultures that we have in our region. We have a world language wall, we have a world music mixer. So really, again, exposing kids to different cultures around the world. Our Let's Experiment gallery is STEM-based, so we have a lot of, like the name says, experimenting going on in there with a light play wall, a ball fall wall, a race car design and build table, and then our seasons gallery really just celebrates all of the wonderful seasons that we experience here in central New York. And then of course our Cove is our sensory area. So for our neurodivergent visitors or any visitor that really is just overstimulated and needs a little bit of a calm area, that's really focused for them. And then of course we have our Climber, which you see when you walk in, a 2-story series of different platforms and a lot of communication involved in that. So really there's something for everybody, and we hope by exposing kids to all of these things, it really opens their eyes to what is around us in our beautiful region. And also, again, we want them to learn a little bit while they're having fun.
It's been many years since the relocation of the Utica Children's Museum started. I grew up in Bag Square, going through the little facilities where you could connect phones and act like you're in the old 9X building and you're a phone operator and doing all that. That's what really spurred my mind a lot in engineering, in thought, in wanting to learn. It's also where I learned about the history of the city. Seeing the grand opening, watching kids play with the new facilities, the new exhibits, it's great because you can go to that zoo. You can go to that Welcome Center and learn about Edison and Tesla. And now you can go to the Utica Children's Museum and do everything from look inside of a wall and see where the wires run, play with a conveyor belt, understand pipe fitting, but do it from a position of play. That's where people decide what they're going to be good at. It's almost not a decision sometimes. You learn through play. That's what we figure out what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, and that's something you can do right there on the Parkway in the Utica Children's Museum.
The Utica Children's Museum new facility here is part of a larger project called the ICAN Family Resource Center. ICAN is a nonprofit that the Children's Museum is partnered with, and really we would not be able to be in existence without that partnership. They've really made it so the museum is sustainable and here for many years to come. So to fund this entire project, including the Family Resource Center, we did have a capital campaign where very many generous donors put funds towards this project, and we also did receive funding through our government partners as well, and that includes our state and also local government partners. We're very proud that we were able to raise this money. Like I said, it took us about 5 years, and we wanted to make sure that we got it just right, and we hope we did. We believe we did, and we can't wait to welcome everybody in to see what we've done. So while we are a children's museum, we know adults are curious too, so keep an eye on our website, uticachildrensmuseum.org. There you can find out all of this information about membership, our hours of operation, and we're also going to have some fun events for adults to come in too. Adults like to have fun. Remember, if you're going to visit us during our regular hours of operation, adults must have a kid and kids must have an adult. We hope to see you soon.